Office Lens is great for making all sorts of texts accessible for dyslexic learners. They could turn something into a Word document that they could then edit or add notes to, or just to have a document read out to them. For example, a tricky bit in a textbook. So let's say that the learner is doing a bit of physics revision. Here is our textbook, and our learner, our dyslexic learner, may have a good understanding of Newton's third law and be perfectly capable of calculating average forces. However, due to their specific difficulty, they may struggle to read the related text. So, how can Office Lens help this learner, and how do they use it? The app opens in what looks like a camera, and make sure that document is selected at the right hand side before using the white button above to take your photo. And the next window gives chance to crop and adjust the borders on that. There we go. And then just tap confirm when ready. Now you have got here some editing tools down the bottom, but we're just going to go done. And now you can see there are several choices. We're going to look at Immersive Reader, but this could be saved as a PDF or a Word document, and the learner could build up sets of scanned notes. Good organisation is important for dyslexics, so in this instance they could make a folder called Forces to save their texts in. So we're going to look at Immersive Reader. So what are the advantages of Immersive Reader? Well, there's a play button at the bottom, so we can immediately get this read aloud, and the speed can be changed to suit an individual's processing time, and there's a choice of a male or a female voice. Now, in our text, you'll notice that although figure 8 is still there, the actual diagram, the graphic, has gone, but that's okay because it's still in the textbook in front of me. Let's look at some of the menu options above and tap on the A's, the text icon, and you can see that the size of font can be changed. There we go, that's probably about right. And if the learner has a visual disturbance, then they can use the themes at the bottom to select a background colour that suits. Okay, let's just hear this.
In many instances, the force applied is not constant, but varies, as for example, when a stone is fired from a catapult.
Okay, what other options are available? Well, the second set of tools are all about parts of speech. Immersive Reader can break each word into syllables. May be useful, but watch out because it doesn't always split in the way that would be most useful for dyslexics. And you can highlight different parts of speech. For example, the nouns, and you could change the colour on that if you wanted to. Let's make those red. There we go. Perhaps especially useful in an English lesson or in primary when learners are being taught these terms. Let's just switch that off too. The last menu item that looks like a book has the option for line focus. And again, let's just switch that on. This could be particularly useful for those with a visual stress or tracking difficulties. Let me see, I can scroll down. Let's just hear a little bit of that again.
A close wound small spring is attached to a support with the other end fixed to a trolley, which is free to move across a horizontal surface.
Let's switch that off. And you can see there that there's also something called Picture Dictionary. Now, Picture Dictionary is particularly helpful, especially for younger learners or those with English as an additional language. In fact, for EAL learners, you can see at the bottom there's the Translate tool. Now, I don't know how accurate this is. The only language I've got a little bit of is French, so I'm going to just translate that, and we can just listen to a little bit of that in French.
Un petit ressort à plaie étroite est fixé à un support à l'autre extrémité fixé à un chariot qui est libre de se déplacer sur une surface horizontale.
So that is Office Lens, a very useful app for dyslexic learners, those with a slow reading rate, or if there are real difficulties decoding challenging texts. Being able to listen rather than read, especially using some of the features we've looked at, enables the learner to access the content quickly so they can really focus on their comprehension and understanding of the content.